Black men hate black women until they've hit rock bottom. Then when y'all hit rock bottom, y'all solely rely on us to bring y'all out the trenches, bring y'all out the depths of darkness. Because see, as I sit outside the grocery store, I watch this man out here. All these men walking in the store. He don't ask none of these for a dollar, a penny, a change, or nothing. Soon as women come in, he open his mouth. And then what irritates me is always mothers. Y'all always, she got enough. She got enough on her plate. She don't need to help your ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching him. He ain't asking not a damn man. And that's my issue with black men. Why don't y'all rely on y'all brothers, y'all cousins, y'all uncles, grandfathers? Why is it always a black woman you need when you're down? Y'all hate us 24/7. 24/7 you get on social media, you hate us. You hate your baby mama. You hate your mama for not being with your daddy. You hate black women. But when you've hit rock bottom, now all of a sudden you need us. Okay. It's the holidays, so my deadbeat father has suddenly remembered that he has my phone number. And of course, he's aging and guilty and all type of stuff like that. This message is for the men that want to blame their baby mamas. Go to court. Nothing is stopping you from seeing your child. Because the thing is, you can only blame your baby mama the first 18 years. The minute I turned 18 and called that man up and asked for college expenses and he flaked and I am now 37 years old, you can't blame my mama. Your absence is on you. Y'all are going to age. You're going to need someone to take care of you. People get on this app. I worked in a nursing home in high school. The men are there and they're alone. Nobody comes to see them. They die alone. Stop blaming your baby mama and work that out and get a relationship with your child before your child get almost 40 and don't want to do with you. Thank you.
See, the problem that I have directly with this video, number one, is that she wanted to use a black man that was really down on his luck. We don't know how long he's been homeless. We don't know if he had an addiction of, alcoholism or drugs, fell on bad times and was just never able to get straight again, was going through some form of depression. We don't know what that man's story was, but she wanted to take that example and apply it directly to all black men, right? As, oh, hey, black men, you never want to sit up there and help out, your own men. Why and why is it that you guys want to rely on black women? Like, whenever you guys are down, all you do, every single black man, all you guys do is just come directly to black women, black women, black women, black women, and we're supposed to be the saviors and this, that, and the third. I'm like, who said that? That's not what I've seen. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure where she has ventured directly to. That's not any of the experiences that I've ever seen. Then she also wanted to throw in there that black men hate black women. And I'm like, again, where are you coming from specifically with, like, where is your factual evidence that black men in general just hate every and all black women directly out here? Where? Because you're making a very large, broad generalization of black men directly out here, even though we can look at stats that obviously say that black men are married to black women. There's an abundance of black men. And the craziest part that a lot of women are not going to think about, as this woman was talking, and I peeped it real quick, she stated that every time she gets online, this is all the content that she sees. She only sees content. And again, I keep trying to tell people that you tune your algorithm for you. So whatever videos the algorithm basically sees you being interested in, this is what you want to comment on, this is what you continuously watch. You don't even have to like or bookmark it. But if you spend enough time, if your eyes are on that screen for more than 5, 10, 15, and probably even 25 seconds, it's going to count as a like for that algorithm, and they're going to start building a portfolio, and they're going to fine tune it directly for you. So every time you open an app, that's what you're going to see. So she specifically told you that every single time she goes online, it doesn't matter if it's probably like X, it might be IG, TikTok, right? Those 3 apps, which all have their own algorithms. Every time she tunes in and goes to the app, what does she see? Oh, black men complain about black women. Black men saying this about black women. Black men hating black women. All this, like, she's literally telling you that all she sees is negativity when it deals with black men. And you have to, and I need a lot of women to sit up there and question, what are a lot of these women watching? What does their algorithm specifically look like? How did they decide to tailor their own algorithm? So I'm like, you mean to tell me that as a black woman that you never opted to try to look for positive content where black men are speaking highly or positive about black women, loving black women, in relationships with black women, supporting black women, pushing them forward, pedestalizing black women, defending black women? Like you've never honoring black women. You've never thought to look outside of that. And this is why I try to tell a lot of people that when you have women like this, they only want to see black men a certain type of way. So if their experiences were pretty much, I guess you could say, all for her, all negative, I'm pretty much sure she's going to say that all of her experiences with black men were negative. I'm going to get into that a little bit later on why I say that, right? She's more than likely going to say that all of her experiences with black men are negative. So again, that's going to lead her to say a lot of these things. And when she was specifically speaking directly on this topic, you saw certain types of emotions come forth, which really should not have been there at all. Because in general, the conversation should have realistically been, it was like, hey, why is it that men out here don't help other men when they're down? But to try to give a response to what she stated before about black men not helping out other black men. Black men do help out other black men. We just also know that it gets to a point where you can only help somebody so many times before you're feeding into this pit, this endless pit. That person has to, try to pick themselves up. They got to try to get straight. Like I said, I can't force somebody off of alcoholism. I can't force somebody off of drugs. I can't force somebody off the street. Somebody has to have the will and the drive to do it. I can't just keep giving them money and then expecting them to sit up there and do it. The chances are they're not going to do it. They're just going to, feed their habit. Like I said, I've done it before. And, after about 3 times and I still see you out here, I'm like, all right, that's good. I'm not doing this no more. And because that guy that was on the street probably realized that, he was like, let me just, ask the women directly out here, because they're going to be a little bit more, nicer about the situation. And maybe they'll have something. They're not going to be so judgmental and all these other, but unbeknownst to him, because he's obviously not on social media, you have women out here that are judgmental. Case in point, this one here. So this is where I was telling you before that she would more than likely say that all of her experiences about or with black men are just negative, because usually when it comes to this circumstance, a black man probably failed them, a stepfather, father, brother, uncle, whatever it was, right? Or just some random black dude on the street. So I ended up finding out by going back through that this woman is a lesbian, right? So that's number one. In my mind, I'm thinking, because I'm looking at all the content that's directly there. And this is the one video that she had directly up there amongst, I want to say probably about like 20 or 25. That was specifically about black men. You had to go a little bit deeper to find, a few more directly up there. A few, far and in between. One about, Keith Lee, and the main two, I gave you directly in front of you. So this video here, she specifically talked about her father being a deadbeat and all of these things, and how it is that you as a guy, you should just go to court and fight. The number one I want to set up to say about this, I find it crazy and also hilarious at the times when women want to go online and tell men to go out there and fight for their kids, when they've never had to fight for their kids. It doesn't matter how the mother is. She could be strung out on drugs. She could be out there on the streets. She could, be somewhere in like a brothel or whatnot or whatever. She doesn't have to fight for her kids. No matter how wrong the situation may be, no matter how it is that she is, negatively affecting the development of that child and exposing them to things that they should not even be around at all. They shouldn't be seeing it. They shouldn't be hearing it. They shouldn't even be in the vicinity of it. But again, even with that, they don't have to fight for anything. They don't have to go to courts. Right? It's only men who have to basically prove something, which to me is crazy, because the courts will literally tell people that, hey, the father does have an adequate situation to raise the child, but we're still going to opt to give the child directly to the mother because a mother is needed to be in the child's life. And I'm like, so the father can live directly in the best communities. He can be in the military. make enough money to afford, you know, the things that he need. And he wouldn't even ask the court to put the woman on child support. 9 times out of 10, men do not ask the courts once they actually get, if they're lucky enough, but once the men actually get the kids, they don't petition the court to ask for child support. Because men are like, I'll do it by myself. I'm a man. I can sit up there and do it. It is what it is. I don't need none of her money. Let her keep that. I just want my child. That's what a lot of men say. They're not trying to go for this tit for tat, or, oh, you're with this guy, so I'm going to take the kids because you don't want to be with me. I'm going to take the kids and then put you on child support. Men ain't about that life. Men are not about that life. But, you know, like I said, I always find it funny when women always want to tell a guy that he needs to fight for his kids, something that he created. He needs to sit up there and fight for, again, when they've never had to go through the courts and fight for their kids. Statistically speaking, never had to sit up there and do it, but it'd be like that. The other part that I want to talk about is the fact that obviously, again, her father failed her or let her down, however that basically worked. Again, I don't know about the inner workings of their parents, how that worked with her. Obviously, she has nothing bad to say about her mom, which normally happens, but then has everything negative to say about, you know, the father, again, which normally happens, because oddly enough, you know, none of these kids out here ever have bad mothers. There's no such thing as bad mothers at all. No such thing. And I want people to pay attention to that. You will rarely see people be honest and talk about the fact that you have women out here that do give birth, but that does not mean that there are mothers, that they are nurturing, that they are actually caring, that they actually wanted those kids. A lot of people don't want to focus in or talk about that. It's always, that's going to be bad looking on. What we're going to do is move it over. We're going to sit up there and talk about the men every single time, no matter what happens to the woman, no matter how negative she is, no matter what situation she puts the kids in that's detrimental and all these other things. We're just going to put everything directly on a man and just leave it directly over there. Right? No reason to look around anywhere else. And she stated herself that she's around like 30 or whatnot or whatever. She just needs therapy. I'm just gonna be real. She needs therapy. You're too old to be doing this. You're saying that your father at a point in time that he's, you know, going to get old and he's going to age out and all this. All right, cool. We didn't heard women say the exact same thing about black men 99 different times. This is the one fact. You as a 30-something-year-old woman who obviously has had bad interactions, or the black men in your life, not all black men in your life that you came in contact with have failed you. You need therapy. 100%, you need therapy. And more than likely, she's not seeking or getting any type of therapy. And, you know, and again, I did look on her page and it said that she's raising kids. If at any point in time that she is raising kids, she's not going to be a whole person. Meaning that the whatever traumas or whatever feelings or sentiments that she has about her father or the black man in her life that let her down, she's going to pass that on to those kids. She's going to pass it on to those kids. But people don't want to look at that. If any one of those children look like the fathers or the father, and she had a bad interaction with him or he let her down, she is going to also look at that child the same exact way, especially if that child looks any resemblance, if it's a male child and that child looks anything like the father, she's going to look at that young child the same way that she looks at that man. It's the sentiments that she has, slowly but surely, is going to sit up there and seep through one way or another. It always does. It always does. The only way to stave that off and to make sure that it doesn't happen is for people to go out there and get therapy. And this is why I told people before that people need to seek help. People need to seek therapy. But again, people don't want to listen. Then, you know, we go online, all of us go online, and we happen to see content like this, where you got a lot of unhealed people that, you know, want to say whatnot or whatever, and they want to, you know, preach it to the choir as if it came directly from the Bible, as if it's 100% the word of God. And then oddly enough, on social media, so many people will believe every single word that this woman is saying, and they will carry it as if it's their own experience. And that's crazy within itself. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.